Paris, the city of light and love, once served as the radiant stage for Ilara Dubois' life. She was a talented vocal instructor with a soaring soprano voice and a rare ability to inspire. Not only did she possess exquisite technique, but Ilara also had a sensitive soul, easily touching the deepest emotional chords of music and conveying them to her listeners. Her name resonated throughout prestigious conservatories. Her major concerts were always packed with audiences, and her students admired her as an icon. Many of her students won international awards, and she was dubbed the cultivator of golden voices of Paris. Ilara's marriage to Antoine, a successful architect, was initially likened to a perfect symphony. They had it all: careers, wealth, and a love that seemed unshakable, built on mutual admiration and shared dreams of a happy family. However, life is not always a series of soaring musical notes. After 5 consecutive miscarriages, the light in Ilara's eyes gradually faded, replaced by an endless void. Each time she lost a tiny life, her heart shattered a little more, like a song abruptly interrupted, unable to be completed. The first time, Antoine was still by her side, comforting and consoling her. But then, the consolation slowly turned into disappointment, and finally, a terrifying coldness. Antoine, the husband she once believed would be her steadfast support, gradually grew distant and aloof. He was frequently absent from home, citing busy work, but his eyes, when he looked at her, no longer held warmth. Instead, there was weariness and boredom. His family, who once praised her profusely, now blamed her for everything, calling her a barren tree, a disgrace to their lineage. Their harsh words, their contemptuous glances, pierced Ilara's already shattered soul like daggers. "You can't bear children, you're useless. You only know how to sing, but fail to fulfill your duties as a wife, a daughter-in-law." Her mother-in-law had screamed that on a fateful evening when she had just returned from the hospital after her 5th miscarriage. Ilara still vividly remembered the chilling sensation of the hospital floor, the haunting smell of antiseptic, and the immense physical and emotional pain. When she arrived home, instead of comforting arms, she received those cruel words. Antoine stood there silent, his eyes avoiding hers. Not a word of defense, not a gesture of comfort. His silence was more painful than 1,000 curses. It was a confirmation of her utter loneliness. Ilara felt her entire world collapse beneath her feet, like a skyscraper crumbling into ashes. The dissolution of the marriage was inevitable. Antoine filed for divorce, and Ilara accepted in silence. She had no strength left to argue, no tears left to cry. The pain of losing her children, the betrayal by her husband and his family, had pushed her into the abyss of depression. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and the melodies that were once her breath were now only heavy sighs. Her voice, once her pride, was now only muffled sobs. The dazzling stage lights became a nightmare, and the songs she once loved now only evoked sad memories, lost notes in an unfinished symphony. She felt like a bird with broken wings, no longer able to soar in the vast sky of music. Ilara decided to leave glamorous Paris, abandon her brilliant career, and leave behind everything that had once been her life. She needed a place to hide, a place where no one knew Ilara Dubois, the talented vocal instructor, a woman who had failed in marriage and could not be a mother. She sought peace, a place where she could heal her wounds, where her voice could regain its clarity, if possible. She wanted to disappear, leaving all the pain and disappointment behind. Ilara drove thousands of kilometers, traversing endless green fields and gently rolling hills that undulated like green ribbons, until she found Emerald Cove, a small village nestled between a sapphire-blue coastline with white-capped waves lapping at fine sandy beaches on one side and a majestic, rustling, ancient forest on the other. The village appeared like a fairy tale painting, rendered in the warm hues of autumn, with quaint red-tiled houses nestled on the hillside, interspersed with vibrant yellow and red foliage glowing in the autumn afternoon sun, reflecting shimmering on the calm lake surface. The air here was fresh and cool, carrying the salty scent of the sea, the earthy aroma of damp forest after a rain, and the faint fragrance of wildflowers. Alara rented a small, secluded house with a large garden, boasting a variety of blooming flowers, from pristine white and vibrant pink hydrangeas to elegant climbing roses and colorful wild blossoms, creating a lively and vibrant natural tableau. Each morning she woke to the chirping of birds on branches, the gentle lapping of waves on the shore like a soothing lullaby, and the morning sun filtering through the leaves. She spent her time tending to the garden, meticulously cultivating each plant, each flower. She realized that immersing herself in nature, touching the soil and watching new life emerge, had calmed her soul like cool spring water irrigating parched land. In her early days in Emerald Cove, Alara lived reclusively. She rarely went out, staying mostly in her house and garden. The pain was still there, but it no longer raged as fiercely. Instead, it smoldered like a deep scar in her heart, reminding her of the past. She often sat by the window, gazing at the graceful white swans gliding across the emerald green lake, beneath an ancient wooden bridge adorned with vibrant hanging flower baskets. This scene, along with the distant chime of the church bell, brought a sense of tranquility, cleansing her soul and helping her find a sliver of peace amidst the storm. She still kept a certain distance from the local residents, fearing their curiosity and questions about the past she wished to bury. One afternoon, while strolling along the beach, Alara unexpectedly slipped on a moss-covered rock and fell. A sharp pain shot through her ankle, radiating from her ankle bone up to her knee. She tried to stand up, but the intense pain made her collapse. Fortunately, a middle-aged man walking nearby quickly came to her aid. He had charming salt and pepper hair, deep blue eyes, and a kind smile that exuded warmth and trustworthiness. "Are you all right?" he asked in a warm, caring voice, kneeling beside her. Alara struggled to stand, but her ankle wouldn't allow it. "I think I twisted it," she said, her voice trembling slightly from the pain. The man gently helped her up, examining her ankle carefully but professionally. "I'm Liam, the doctor at the village clinic. It looks like you need your joint reset. I can take you to the clinic," he said, his eyes filled with empathy. Alara hesitated. She didn't want to bother anyone, but the pain made it impossible to refuse. She sensed the sincerity in his eyes and voice. Liam helped her into his old but clean pickup truck and drove her to his small clinic in the center of the village. The clinic was cozy and clean, with a faint but not unpleasant smell of antiseptic, which brought a sense of safety. Liam reset Alara's joint professionally and gently, each movement decisive yet causing no further pain. The pain quickly subsided, replaced by a feeling of relief. "You're new here, aren't you?" Liam asked, carefully bandaging her ankle. "I haven't seen you in Emerald Cove before." Alara nodded. "I just moved here a few weeks ago. I'm Alara." "Welcome to Emerald Cove, Alara," Liam smiled, his smile making her feel warmer. "If you have any health issues, don't hesitate to come here, or simply, if you want to chat, my clinic door is always open." That serendipitous encounter opened a new door in Alara's secluded life, a door leading to connection and hope. After their first encounter, Liam frequently visited Alara, initially to check on her ankle and ensure her good recovery, then later, simply to chat. He brought her small gifts from his garden and cheerful stories about village life. He told her about life in Emerald Cove, about the kind, simple residents, about the lively traditional festivals, and about the wild yet charming beauty of this land. He didn't ask much about her past, only listened sincerely when she wanted to share, creating a safe space for her to open up. Liam's sincerity and warmth gradually thawed Ilara's frozen heart, like the morning sun dispelling frost. Liam was a special man. He was not only a skilled doctor, beloved by the entire village, but also a profound nature lover and a gifted storyteller. He often took Ilara for walks in the forest, showing her ancient, moss-covered trees, hundreds of years old, crystal-clear streams gurgling over moss-covered rocks, and wild flowers blooming seasonally, displaying vibrant colors beneath the canopy. He told her ancient tales, thrilling legends about the forest, about tree spirits, making Ilara feel as if she had wandered into another world where all pain could be soothed by the magic of nature. One evening, as they sat on the beach watching the sunset, the last rays of daylight stretching across the shimmering sea like molten gold, Liam unexpectedly asked, "Ilara, you have a beautiful voice. Are you a singer? I feel there's something very special in the way you speak, as if music is hidden in every word." Ilara was startled. She had tried to bury her past, not wanting anyone here to know about the Ilara Dubois of Paris. But it seemed her voice still lingered somewhere, like an indelible mark. She hesitated, then told Liam about her vocal teaching career, about major concerts, about the burning passion for singing she once had. She didn't mention the pain, only spoke of the good things, the successes she once achieved. Liam listened attentively without interrupting her for a second. When she stopped, he gently said, "It's a pity if you don't sing anymore. Music is a gift, Ilara. It's not just notes, but the language of the soul. It can heal all wounds, connect hearts, and bring joy to both the singer and the listener." Liam's words touched a deep corner of Ilara's heart, a place she had tried to lock away. She had abandoned music for so long that she had almost forgotten the joy and life it once brought. That night she lay awake, old melodies echoing in her mind, the lyrics she once sang, the lessons she once taught. The next morning, she stepped into the garden, breathed in the fresh air deeply, and decided to try singing again. Her voice was initially hoarse, trembling like a clogged stream, but gradually, clear notes emerged again, carrying both deep sorrow and fragile hope. Her singing blended with the bird song and the sound of the waves, creating a symphony of life. Liam encouraged Ilara to return to music more vigorously. He suggested she open a small vocal class for children in the village, innocent children untouched by life's calculations. At first, Ilara hesitated. She feared judgment, feared curious stares, feared that the past would find her. But Liam gently yet persuasively encouraged her. He said that her music could inspire many others, those facing difficulties, losses in life, helping them find hope and strength to overcome them. Your story is not just yours, Ilara. It's a message of healing, of love, and of the ability to rise after a fall, Liam said. Finally, Ilara agreed. Her vocal class quickly became popular, not only because of her talent, but also because of her dedication and love for the children. The village children, with their clear eyes, bright smiles, and innocent voices, brought Ilara a new energy, a joy she thought she had lost forever. She taught them classical pieces, folk songs, and even songs she composed herself, with lyrics about love for nature, about the simple life in Emerald Cove. Her singing resonated throughout the village again, no longer the voice of a famous Parisian vocal instructor, but the voice of a woman who found peace and joy in a simple life, a woman who was gradually reborn. As time passed, the affection between Ilara and Liam gradually deepened, not as an intense, sudden love, but as a gentle current imbued with understanding and shared experiences. They spent a lot of time together, sharing all the joys and sorrows of life, from everyday stories to their deepest thoughts. Liam was not just a friend, a patient listener, but also a refined man, always knowing how to care for and look after Ilara thoughtfully, without ostentation. He never forced her to talk about her past, but was always by her side whenever she needed him, ready to offer a protective embrace. One evening, as they sat by the warm fireplace, the logs crackling gently, sipping hot tea, Alara unexpectedly told Liam about her painful miscarriages, about the profound suffering she had endured, about the bitter abandonment by her ex-husband and his family. She sobbed, releasing all the burdens she had carried for so long. Liam held her in his arms, gently comforting her, not saying a word, just letting her cry until her tears ran dry, until all the pain was released. "I'm sorry for what you've had to endure," Liam said, his voice deep and full of empathy. "It's not your fault, Alara. It's not your fault. You are a wonderful woman, strong and worthy of love." Liam's words were like a balm, soothing Alara's wounds, helping her feel liberated from the burden of guilt. She felt loved, completely accepted, and protected. For the first time in years, she felt she was no longer alone, no longer lost in the vast world. Their love blossomed naturally, gently, and enduringly, like the shy roses in Alara's garden, slowly revealing their full beauty. Liam proposed to Alara under the golden moonlight on the beach, the gentle lapping of the waves like an ocean's love song. He knelt, offering her a simple but meaningful ring, and spoke heartfelt words from his heart. Alara did not hesitate to nod, happy tears streaming down her cheeks. She knew that Liam was the man she had been searching for all along, the man who would bring her true peace and happiness. Alara and Liam's wedding took place at the small village church, a simple yet warm ceremony filled with love. It was a beautiful sunny day, attended by all the residents of Emerald Cove who had witnessed Alara's healing journey and the blossoming of her love. Alara wore a pristine white wedding dress, simply yet elegantly designed, holding a bouquet of wildflowers picked from her garden, carrying the scent of the earth and sky. Liam stood there with a radiant smile and eyes full of love, never leaving her side for a second. As they exchanged their vows, the clear, pure voices of the children's choir echoed like a blessing from nature and the community for their love. Alara and Liam's married life in Emerald Cove was a gentle love song without the storms or drama of a big city, but rather a harmony of simple things. Liam remained a dedicated doctor, always caring for the health of the villagers, regardless of difficulties or late nights. Alara continued to teach singing, and her voice still resonated everywhere, bringing joy and peace to everyone. Not just through songs, but also through stories of life, of resilience. Together they built a small home, a cozy wooden house filled with laughter and love. Every morning, Alara prepared breakfast for Liam, and they enjoyed their meal together in the morning sun, chatting about their plans for the day. Liam often helped Alara tend to the garden, and they would watch the flowers bloom and the fruit trees bear fruit, enjoying every peaceful moment together. Although Alara could not have biological children, Liam's love for her did not diminish. On the contrary, it deepened. He always said that she was the greatest gift life had given him, and their love did not need to be proven by biological children. Then, one day, they decided to adopt 2 orphan children from the village, a boy named Leo and a girl named Lily. Leo was an energetic boy who loved to explore the forest and the sea with Liam, while Lily was a lovely girl, with big round eyes and a passion for singing like Alara. Their lives were filled with warm and meaningful family moments. Every evening they would read books together under the soft yellow light, play fun games, or sing their favorite songs together, laughter and singing echoing throughout the house. Alara taught Lily to sing, and the little girl's voice grew clearer and higher, promising a bright future. Liam taught Leo how to identify different trees in the forest, how to fish in the sea, and more importantly, how to love nature and cherish life. On weekends, the whole family would often walk on the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore and seabirds soaring in the clear blue sky. They would picnic in the forest, enjoying delicious food prepared by Alara and listening to the chirping of birds and the gurgling of the stream. Alara felt she had found everything she had ever dreamed of: a loving family, a peaceful life, and a completely healed soul. Sometimes, looking at Liam and the children, she wondered if this was a dream, but the warmth in her heart told her it was real, a reality more beautiful than any dream. Occasionally, painful memories of the past still surged, like a cold breeze passing through, but they no longer haunted her as before. She had learned to accept the past, to see it as part of her journey, and to live fully in the present. She was grateful to Liam, grateful to Emerald Cove, and grateful for life for giving her a second chance to find true happiness. She understood that happiness is not the absence of pain, but how we face and overcome that pain. One day, a film crew from Paris, one of the most prestigious documentary film companies, arrived in Emerald Cove to make a documentary about life in remote coastal villages. They had heard about Alara Dubois, the talented vocal instructor who had abandoned her illustrious career to live in a small village, and the story of her extraordinary transformation. They wanted to interview her, to learn about her journey, about why she left everything behind to seek peace. Alara initially refused firmly. She didn't want to revisit the past, didn't want to confront the pain that had once tormented her. She feared attention, feared questions that would delve into her emotional wounds. But Liam encouraged her gently but persuasively. He said that her story could inspire many others, those who were facing difficulties, losses in life, helping them find hope and strength to overcome them. Your story is not just yours, Alara. It's a message of healing, of love, and of the ability to rise after a fall, Liam said. Finally, Alara agreed. She told the film crew about her life, about her profound pain, about the arduous healing journey, and about the miraculous love she had found in Emerald Cove. She held nothing back, even mentioning her miscarriages and the abandonment by her ex-husband, scars that were still there but no longer aching. She spoke of the peace she found in wild nature, in pure music, and in the unconditional love of Liam and their children. Her tears fell, but they were tears of release and gratitude. The documentary aired worldwide, and Alara's story touched the hearts of millions. She became a symbol of resilience, of hope, and of true love. Many people came to Emerald Cove, not only to admire the beauty of the village, but also to seek peace and inspiration from Alara's story. They wanted to breathe the air where she found happiness, to hear her singing, and to meet the woman who had overcome all storms to find her dawn. Alara continued her simple life in Emerald Cove. She still taught singing, still tended her garden, and still spent time with her family. She was no longer the famous Parisian vocal instructor, but Alara, the happy woman of Emerald Cove, who found a new dawn after stormy days, who proved that love and peace can heal all wounds. She lived each day with gratitude, savoring every simple moment with her loved ones.